Sup. Hey, what's good, everybody? You can find for her, and it has been a while since I have uploaded anything to the TheYugiohCouncil. Ryu has been kind enough to pass off some of the deck requests that you guys send him. The massive amount of deck requests that he gets on a daily basis off to both me and Mikey, so we're both going to work on decks to help Rio out. And that way, unless he has to really do it, he can worry about other things such as his real life and other channels that he is a part of. So one of the decks he decided to give me is Zing. And they really give it to me. It's more like I took it because I already told him that I had a Zing deck built already. So that's that. But anyway, Zing's a really fun deck. I like it a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's out of all the new decks, new archetypes that are coming out, like Califor, Shadows, Satellite Knight and stuff. Zing, out of all of them, in my opinion, is the most fun. For me personally. It may differ for you. You may may have more fun with Shadows or Cliffords, but for me, I have more fun with Zing just because it's just floater dot deck and it's really hilarious. But that's just me personally. So anyway, this is TCG legal for TCG, so no Pendulum Zing. Yeah, I actually have yet to try that card out, so I don't really know the ratios I would play in it. I need to get to that, I know I do. But this is the version of the deck where you can easily just go pick it up and just start playing it, as it's all legal. Everything here is perfectly legal to play. So anyway, let's get started with the deck profile, and of course I'll explain ratios and all that stuff throughout the profile, in case anybody who's new to the game or never seen Zing before, because every second someone new does come into the game, so you never you never really know. So anyway, first off we have 3 Suwani Fire the Zing, 3 Beyond Earth the Zing, 2 Pixie, 1 Pualo, 1 Tomati, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Taoti? I don't know. 3 Chuin, 2 Gyatso, 1 Masked Chameleon, 1 Junk Synchron, and 1 Exoticus, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. Now, I feel like the ratios here are quite common. 3 Suwani I feel like is pretty standard because it's just a 1900 beat stick and it's just level 4, opens up a lot of plays, and just this plus Masked Chameleon makes instant level 4 level 4 Synchro Monster. Level 8 Synchro Monster. My bad. Suwani, not Suwani, be on here. It's just level 3 too. It's level 3 monster to help me go for just more synchros. If I was to use the new Zing Pendulum monster, which I believe is level 3, we can look that up right now. I believe he is level 3. Yes he is. Fuxi, Treasure the Zing. Looks pretty badass in my opinion. He is level 3, so that's actually pretty cool. So I could probably drop him down to 2 or something like that. I don't know exactly how I'm going to work in the Fuxi into the deck, but I will eventually when I get around to it. The water, 2 water, 1 wind, because traps are a little bit more prevalent still, because Burning Abyss are a thing still. Even though people are saying it's a trapless format, no it's not, because Burning Abyss still play a shit ton of traps, because they can gain so much advantage off it, like Fire Lake, Phoenix and Blast Lake, they still play quite a bit of traps, so you want that big for the trap, for that trap protection, and in a heavyless format, you're not always going to play the meta online, you're not always going to play the meta in your locals. It's just a personal thing for me. I like to try to prepare for not only the meta, but also the rogue decks that may pop up. So Bixie does help protect me from those traps, and Pualo just from those spells. Tawati pretty much is just his effect's not really used. It's just the fact that he's level 5, so it's easy level 7 synchro summoning, or level 6, so it's kind of the reason why. But hey, he can't be snatched sealed. That's a good thing actually. Nothing really much for Chumin except the fact that he's the place for a zombie to an extent. Joust has a pretty good effect that if you control no monsters, you can send 2 Zing cards from your hand to the graveyard and special summon a Zing monster with 0 attack from your deck, and then a Zing monster with 0 defense from your deck. This opens up a lot of plays in terms of different levels. It makes a free level 8 synchro, which is what you're typically going to go for in the deck with using Jiaotu's effect, just because that's going to be kind of your go-to thing. Now, each of the Zings, again, for people who may not know, they all work sort of like a form of synchron, which during your opponent's main phase or their battle phase, if you have like a Zing tuner, you can sync or summon during your opponent's main phase during your opponent's main phase or their battle phase. So essentially, if you can fill up your field, you can then during your continuing attack, you can sync or summon to a powerful monster, which puts your opponent in a bad predicament. So it's really, really cool. Mass Chameleon mainly here just because of the fact that I have BNF Suwani, so it was free level 8 Synchro, free level 7 Synchro. Kind of the reason why I have Chameleon. Junk Synchron, which eventually is going to be taken out of the deck. So I'll probably take them out and put in, like, one of the things I'll take out for the Fuxie. But right now, since we're not playing Fuxie, we have Junk Synchron just because summon up my Bixie, summon up my Pualo, and I can just go ahead and Synchro summon these to make a level 5 Synchro or a level 4 Synchro. So that's just kind of what I do with them for right now. The next Zodiac is the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, which is a card I kind of want to try at 2. I don't know. I have yet to try it out, so I can't really say if it works well at 2 or in the deck or not. But pretty much, it's just recycled. The whole reason of Exodius is to reset your deck. Think of it as sort of like a fiber jar for the deck. You just put back all your freaking, all of your monsters back in your deck, and just, you can continue floating like no tomorrow. Now, another thing is the fact that he's level 10, so him plus the Chewy makes a Star Eater, so that's actually really, really cool. So he's basically your Power of Avarice in a sense. Even though Power of Avarice is still legal, I know they have their own Avarice, but I'm talking about the actual Avarice itself. I will probably still play him just because it's free recycle, more recycle, and not many decks can really recycle. I know every deck, in a sense, can use Exodia since it's generic, but I feel like anything is one of the best decks that can actually use them for the recycling ability alone. And he also looks freaking badass. Who doesn't like playing an Exodia-based card and the freaking deck? Come on, you just summon them and just go Exodia Obliterate. Why not? Anyway, for the spells, we have 2 Yanking Path, 2 Dark Hole, 2 MST, Book of Moon, Snatch Steal, and Soul Charge. The 2 Yanking Path, I don't really see a need of playing 3. I have played it at 3, and it does work at 3, but with Exodius in the deck to recycle my monsters anyway, the Yanking Paths aren't really necessary at 3. They're just really there for to recycle those 3 cards and get 2 cards. That's all it's really there for, is to help me just 2 cards and maybe get out of a tight situation, which Exodius does not get me 2 cards from the deck. But the paths are there just for extra draw power in a sense. Dark Hold, I know it versus meta, it's like, oh, Dark Hold bad against meta. Well, against meta, against Side the Bastards out, who fucking cares, you know? Again, like the Bixies and stuff, I like to try to prepare for the road decks, because if you're not prepared for the road deck's gonna come up, surprise you, and just have a field day with you. It's just kind of how it goes. So, again, you're playing against the meta, side out the Dark Holes. That's all you gotta do. It's not that difficult. Sign them out. You know, I need to say more. MST is because I want that backer. Hey, Book of Moon for extra protection. Snatch Steal, I think it's self-explanatory because, look, my tuners are amazing. And then Soul Charge because Soul Charge is amazing. And you can fill your grave up like no tomorrow. As for the traps, you have 3 Yangs in creation. Warning, Torrential, Bottomless Compulse. Deep Prison, Double Deep Prison, Don't Break the Skill, and then 2 Oasis of Dragon Souls. Play 3 creation. You can actually play 2 if you want to, but I 3 just because I want to try to get to my hand as fast as I possibly can. Just saying, it's more like a consistency type of thing. My basic trap lineup for any deck is usually the 4 trap brigade here with the double deep prison. The Oasis for extra revival pretty much is a really good card in the deck. You could play Call of Haunted, but I find in some situations the Oasis is more better than Call of Haunted because you may need that defense mainly. Break the Skill is just kind of replace the Skill Drain right now. I am actually building this deck IRL, and I am side decking these Skill Drains because you never really may need them. But the Break the Skills are just good free negation. It doesn't really hurt my Junk Synchrons and other stuff, so that's actually pretty cool. So, on to the extra deck. We have 1 Herald the Arclight. Very powerful card, very popular card among the Netcloth players. But it's also pretty good in this deck because it's a free negation. Just pretty much whenever your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can tribute this card, negate the activation, and destroy it. Pretty much just the way to bring it out is Junk Synchron plus a Pualo equals Herald of Arclight, or Chewin plus Beyond, it's Herald of Arclight, or Chewin plus Bixie plus Pualo equals Herald of Arclight. You kind of see where I'm going with this. It's not hard to bring out, and to get that max protection with it, it's a really good card. Double Armadas, keep our boundaries, really good against the mirror match. I normally would love to run Catastor, but just a lot of traps running around. There's a lot of flip effects, and destruction effects running around that Armadas can just take care of. So the reason why I'm playing the double Armadas is just a really good card this format. It's a really good card all around. Maybe in future formats I'll probably drop it down to 1 and put in like a Catastor or something like that. But I don't know. Another lo-fi monster you can actually play that's actually not that bad is the Samsara Dragon. But that, I think it's 2600 defense, I believe. This get boosted from Suwani is just really, really cool. For the only level 6 is we have the Go-Yo Guardian, because Go-Yo Guardian is awesome! Who doesn't love Go-Yo Guardian, man? This is a freaking awesome card. I love this thing. You know, it's just an old classic card that can just snatch shit. You know, why not have some fun? Black Ghost Dragon, so I can blow shit up, because, you know, blowing shit up is awesome. Whenever Moonlight reaches the TCG, of course, I will be adding that in. We'll probably keep the Black Ghost Dragon, but I don't know what I'll take out for the Moonlight Rose Dragon, because both are really good cards. 2 Yazi Evil of Yang, very powerful card, especially against things like Burning Abyss, since they can't really target with things like Phoenix Wind Blast and all that stuff, which is really cool. Having a Scrap Dragon-like effect, which basically you can destroy anything monster control to destroy 1 card your opponent controls, is really nice since you don't lose anything out of the deal, because with the Yang effect, you can special summon 1 from the deck, so that's actually really, really cool there. And he has to add a bonus of when he's destroyed by battle by card effects into the graveyard, you can special 1 worm-type monster from your deck in defensive position. So, you can summon any worm monster at all. And I completely butchered that name. And I butchered again. Ah, fuck! Like, the Unmatched Dragon! That took like 4 tries, dude. Dear God, my typing skills are horrendous. It can summon on Unmatched Dragon! Why? Because he looks cool. Look at him. He looks badass, doesn't he? I love the look of Unmatched Dragon. I have him, and it's like, damn, you know what? I thought of playing him just because he looks badass. You know, it's just the sole reason. I don't care if it doesn't work on the deck. He's not the best card in the world, but he does look like a fucking badass. That's all that matters. Looking like a badass. Anyway, so Thor with the Archfiend, a really good level 8 monster in this format to help stop the traps, in a sense. Baxia, the Tiramisu the card that Tiramisu wishes she was at times. This is usually the go-to card you want to go with the Jiaotu, because just Jiaotu, discard 2 Yangtze, special summon your Bixie, and then special summon your Suwani. You now have a Baxia that is unaffected by traps and gains 500 attack and defense, but now it's 2800 attack and 3100 defense, and you can return up to 3 cards you're on the field back to the deck in instant shuffle. So that's actually really cool. Very, very good thing to actually do in the deck, and it's a really good way to get you out of a bind. So another reason why I prefer the side deck, the skill drains, is because I still like my Sinkers to have their power plays during game 1. And if I need the skill drains, of course, they're always there in the side deck. But having those power cards in the form of the synchros is always a good thing to have in your, it's a good tool for you to have. Bilzy, because Bilzy is just OP as shit in the stack. It really is. If you get it under freaking Bixie and Pualu, this thing's unstoppable. Hell, even Clifford's can't do shit about it, because now it's unaffected by spells, unaffected by traps, can't be destroyed by battle, or by card effects. It's like, it's nuts how powerful this card is. Really, if you get it under the right conditions, this card is really nuts. It's OP. It really is. It really is OP. The Hard Red Dragon Archie is still making nuke shit attack for that lovely 3,000 points of damage. Kind of the reason why, and you know, it's a really good power card in my opinion. A nice good power play. If you're trying to go for the aggressive approach, you're trying to finish your opponent off quick, you want to get the massive damage in, the Hot Red Dragon Archie is definitely for you. Mistworm, you know, of course, is level 9. You can easily bring it out. If Trish was legal, I'd definitely play Trish over this, but sadly she's not, and I don't know why she still has to come back to the TCG, because hell, Netclaws have 3. Why do you think it have 3? You can't have 1. And it doesn't make sense, but it's Konami. And we have a Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Trees. Another card that is OP as shit under the right conditions. Just like Bilzy. If you get this card out on the right conditions, make it unaffected by traps and spells, and can't be sure about all that shit, it's nuts. Because it already can't be targeted to your main phase too, so they can't snatch to it. They can't do anything like that. I'll make it unaffected by traps, so they can't mirror force it, because, you know, people still play mirror force. I've seen it, you know. If people say the card is not used, you're wrong. You're gonna see it. So, can't be mirror force. You know, already it can't be targeted by compulse. Can't be torrential, can't be dark hole under Pawalo. You know, it's just a lot of things that this thing can just really do if played right under the right conditions. It's just really, really powerful. It's just a really powerful card overall. Because again, Snatch Steal is a really good power card right now, and you can't Snatch Steal this damn thing. So, really good card. And then finally, Star Eater, because you can easily bring it out with like Chewin plus Exodius, and of course you can bring it out with other things. So it's a good card overall like that. But anyway, this is my Yang Team deck for the January 2015 format TCG. It's a really fun deck. I would definitely recommend the deck to anybody. Unless, like, the only issue I have with the deck is if you're not a fan of the whole calculating math, trying to plan ahead, going through your deck, trying to do math in your head to figure out what levels you want, what singles you want to go into. It may not be your deck, just saying, but if you don't mind that, it's a really fun deck. It's a good way to annoy your opponent, especially if you play Exodius and stuff like that, to recycle your Yangs back into the deck. You can really piss off your opponent and just really do stuff. Play those mind games is really fun. But anyway, hope you guys show the deck profile, and of course, and also there's gonna be a duel that follows this. Versus a Necloth's player that I actually came across while just sticking around actually on Dev Pro having fun with Yang things. So anyway, I'll see you during the duel. Okay, it's duel time versus the Necklaws. Other duels are on my channel. Go check it out. Plugging is so much fun. So again, yes, we're playing the Necklaws, and I saw playing against Necklaws, I was like, oh shit, Necklaws. I totally love playing against this deck. It's so much fun. It really is. I love Necklaws. I get annoyed with the deck, but he's gonna somebody to send you. We're gonna break your skill there because I don't want to Matting. That would not be good. He's gonna attack my Yazing. And I got my double creation off, which is like the equivalent of double Whirlwind in Black Wings. It's just so good. Look at the advantage I have now. I got Jiaotu. I've got my Bixie. And now I'm gonna get my Tuati. Now, I kind of misplayed here, in my opinion. I kind of did misplay here. Because I wanted to try to summon Maximilian and do more shenanigans, but I ended up not being able to. But I summoned up my, my Bixie, summoned up my Suwani defense mode. For some reason, I don't know why I put him in defense mode. I'm going to sync her up into my Red Hot Dragon Archfiend, and I'm going to beat his face in for 2,600 and 3,500 points of damage. Look at the damage I just put on the board. I overextended like a motherfucker, yes, against Necklaws, which was typically the bad idea to do. But I was in a gambling mood. Just saying, I was in a very gambling mood. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna gamble things away. So he's gonna go ahead and banish my Maximilian, my Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, and my Chewy. Now he could target my Yazi with the Trish to banish it, but then he'll have to worry about the Red Hot Dragon Archfiend just completely destroying him. Destroying his face. But one thing he could have actually done was he could have actually sent my Yazi, since it doesn't technically target, so he can actually get rid of Yazi, which is hilarious. Banish the Yazi, and then just let the Red Dragon Archfiend do his thing. And they could just return shit with the Bruno. I don't know, but there's a lot of things you can actually have done, really, in my opinion. But I'm going to get my creation off and my Yazi, and I'm going to get my Beyond, and Yazi effect gets my Jiangsu. I'm just trying to contain the field, but I'm going to sync her up into my Armadas right then and there so I can protect my monsters and get a big, powerful monster on the field. That was kind of the plan there. So we're going to go in Soul Charge to get my Yazi. Soul Charge was really like the MVP of this duel, in my opinion. Because I got my Yazi out. Yazi effect destroy my Jiao to destroy Trish. Jiaozu effect, creation effect, especially on my Chuin and my Suwani. I'm going to sync her up into another Yazi. Sadly, can't use the effect because I've already used the first one's effect. So I can't really do that. But it's going to return my Armadas back to the extra deck. But he couldn't return the Yazis because they can't be targeted by card effects. And Rio does technically target. So that was actually pretty cool. And that really went very well into my favor. And yeah, that was actually really, really cool. And look at his hand. He didn't have much in his hand, really. He had the Exo Mirror and the Necklace Illusion, which basically allows you to special summon a Necklace from your graveyard, which I think he had one, but I can't do it because now the replay is ended. So Yeah, that does stink. Wow, that actually went back there. Holy shit, did I know that? But anyway, so that was the duel of Yang Zing versus Necklace. It was a pretty fun duel, and I was actually happy that I beat Necklace with Yang Zing because Necklace is a faster deck than Yang Zing, and Yang Zing takes a little bit of a setup, but it was a fun duel nonetheless. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the duel and the deck profile. More decks to come from me on the TheYugiohCouncil. What will they be? You will have to wait and see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.